Hey, how's it going? All right, I got another Homestead update. It's been a very challenging week the past week with power. So my lead acid batteries are pretty much totally dead, and it's now time for me to replace them. But I decided I'm not going to replace the batteries for what I already have. And forgive the wind if there's wind noise. I'm actually going to go in the shed here. And I'll show you what's going on. So anyway, yeah, so basically, I was going to wait until January to get what was called the Delta Pro Ultra, and I had talked about that in a previous post. But I would have went, even if I ordered that in January, there was no guarantee that I would be getting it quickly. And I just can't wait because I'm literally, like, the past couple of weeks, my batteries would die, and then I'd have to run the generator. And, this time of year I'd be, maybe have to run the generator for an hour and a half, 2 hours a day. But I've been running it like 4, 5, 6 hours a day, which is way more than I want to run it, for a couple of reasons, because it's wear and tear on the generator, even though it's a new generator. Just puts a lot of hours on it, and propane isn't cheap. And I've got a 1,000-gallon propane tank, and I need that to last me until summer when the rates are cheapest, because that's when, you get the best deals on propane per gallon. Right now it's not horrible. I think it's like $2.40 or $2.50 a gallon, but that's double what I paid for it in the summer. So, and I got it filled, I think, in July, 1,000 gallons. Well, they don't fill 100%. It is like close to 85% full. I'm already down to like 45%. So I've already used half of that tank's capacity, and technically you're supposed to get it refilled when it hits 30%. So I need that last 15%, which is 150 gallons. So 1,000-gallon tank, 100% would be 1,000 gallons. 45% is 450 gallons of propane left, and I need to get it filled when it's at 30%, which is 300 gallons. So I've only got 150 gallons of propane to last me until May, which is not likely. So anyway, the point is I had to get something now instead of waiting until January. And actually, I bought what I got. I still went with EcoFlow, and it's a Delta Pro, but it's not the Ultra, the new product. And they had an awesome Black Friday deal, so I got a hell of a deal. Literally saved almost 50% overall. So I got 2 Delta Pros, which have 3,600 watt hour capacity each, and then 2 extra batteries to go with that, which adds another 3,600 watts each. So the total with the 2 Delta Pros and the 2 extra batteries is 14,400 watt hours of battery capacity. So that's 14.4 kilowatt hours, which is actually more than if I got brand new batteries to replace my existing battery bank. So let me show you. So I've talked about this before. This is my existing lead acid batteries, and you can only do 50% depth of discharge. The total capacity of those batteries is 27 kilowatt hours, and half of that is 13.5 kilowatt hours. So this is one set of the Delta Pros that I got. Actually, that's the Delta Pro, and that's the extra battery. I've got another set in the house, and this is what I've been using for the past couple days to help me not have power outages. But like I said, 3,600 watt hours each. The total is 14.4 kilowatts, so that's more capacity than I would have had if I replaced the lead acid batteries outright. And I talked about this before. The lead acid batteries would have cost me $4,300 to replace. So the 2 Delta Pros and the 2 extra batteries, and I also got what's called a smart panel to help me tie that into my house so that I can, seamlessly integrate it into my power system off grid and not have to come out here and switch anything. It'll just automatically do it. I think the total for all of that with the Black Friday deals was right at $8,300. So brand new inverters, 14.4 kilowatt hours of battery capacity, lithium iron phosphate batteries, which will last me 10 years, $8,300 for all that, compared to spending $4,300 on lead acid batteries. I looked at the cost of replacing that inverter. Just a used one was $2,200. To get a brand new inverter system and solar charge controllers, all that crap, would have been 15-20 grand. So I got a hell of a deal, and I'm pretty happy with the fact that I was able to get these at a great price. So that's going to meet my energy storage needs in the near term, and then eventually I can actually expand this with the smart home panel. I can get 2 more. Each Delta Pro can support 2 extra batteries. Let me show you. So on the back of the Delta Pro, there are 2 ports, and you can have 2 of these extra, what they call smart batteries. So if you combine these 2 with the other 2, and then you added 2 more batteries, that adds another 3,600, which is 7,200. So your total capacity for what I've got with the smart home panel, I can get up to 14.4 times plus 7.2 is 21.6. 21.6 kilowatt hours of battery capacity, which is more than I need. So anyway, point is, I'm pretty happy that I got the solution, but I'm now racing against the clock because, like for example, last night, I ran the generator for 2 hours, and then literally 45 minutes later, my power went out again. So it's just the battery. These lead acid batteries are so shot, and I even tried something last night where I plugged all of the major appliances like the fridge, my water pump, everything into the Delta Pros, and the only thing that was still pulling power from my lead acid batteries were just lights, and they were only pulling like 130 watts total for everything in the house, and it only lasted like, what was it, 2.5 hours. So I thought I had about a kilowatt hour of storage left in these pretty much dead batteries, but it's actually less. Like that was like 350 watts. Yeah, so after running the generator for 2 hours, it only charged, or at least the batteries were only able to give me 350 watts of storage before they died, which is absolutely abysmal. So anyway, so now I've got to get the smart home panel installed. So let me show you. So this is my sub panel in my shed. I'm going to put the smart panel right here on the wall and tie it into the sub panel. And I'll do another video showing the progress for that. But right now I got some other things I got to do first. So my generator, hold on a second. Because my generator has been running so much, I'm already at 200 hours, so I got to do the 200-hour service on it, which is basically an oil change, and I got to change the oil filter on it. So I got to do that first, which is pretty easy, and then I'll start working on the smart panel, and I'll post another video of how that goes. So wish me luck. Thanks for watching.